Hello, my friend. Welcome to Live Chat. I am so happy to be here with you all talking about this topic. And we did talk about it in What's Up in Makeup a little bit today. If you're not familiar, I have a makeup news show. It's called What's Up in Makeup. It goes live every Sunday morning. And it's where we talk about everything that's happening in the makeup space all in one place. So, we talked about this a little bit at the top of the product report. But I really want to have a conversation about this because I think that there's so much gray area in this, in my opinion. I can see so many different sides to this issue. And I know that, like, I have justified many times buying unlicensed things. But can I sleep at night? Like, yeah, I have been, but should I be? I'm so conflicted. Like, it's like when you really want something, but then you realize it's probably bad, but you get it anyway because I'm just really conflicted and I need help from the community because I really should do something that's moral. Yes. It's like, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So that's why I want to talk to the community about it and really get an idea on it. So this is basically what's happening. So if you haven't watched What's Been Makeup yet, there's a brand new brand, like brand new, meaning they have been out for a little over 2 weeks on Instagram, brand new, called Astral Radiance Cosmetics. Brand new stuff. Their first launch was supposed to be Wednesday inspired. This is what it looks like. So what happened is they have this first post on Instagram. The second post is this. Okay, the Wednesday palette is gone. Which is weird because if you're going in chronological order, there's definitely been posts deleted of the anticipation of launching this Wednesday palette, right? So that's confusing because I just jumped in 2 days ago into this conversation. I don't even know. Like, I just jumped into it. So then they said it was gone, but then they said the palette, they spelled it wrong, but that's okay. I don't care. It's whatever. The palette, LOL, is going back up for 24 hours only. Get ready. So I guess they decided to sell it anyway, because the rumor is that they were getting a lot of negative comments on it being trademarked, not trademark, copyright. Hold on. Someone told me it's not copywritten, it's copyrighted. Did I get it right? Copyrighted, not written, because we're not writing, it's righted. That it is copyrighted stuff. And to profit off of someone else's hard work. There was a whole production team that made this show. And all of the details are very specific to the Netflix show, between it looking like the actress, the way that she was dancing. You've got the background there, which was her bedroom. We've got Thing over in the corner. You've got the school crest. I mean, the little bag of fish the little bag of piranhas, which comes in, all of these things that are very important to the show. And somebody created that. And I'm assuming they're not making anything off of their creation in this instance. So the big question is, if you really, really love Wednesday, should you buy this? That's kind of where I'm coming from, because it's like, is it our responsibility as consumers to police this? Or should we let Netflix do it and see if they have an issue with it? I don't know. It's so gray for me. It is so gray for me. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty moral person, but this one's really gray for me. I'm having trouble. And I know that's bad to say publicly, but I feel like we should be allowed to be honest with each other, right? So, but before we get into that conversation, I do want to quickly say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. People that popped in here first. So we have Roya. Thank you for being here, Roya. Good morning. Good morning, Liz. Good to see you. Good morning, Kimberly. Happy Sunday in Arizona. Oh my gosh. I hope you have air conditioning, because I do not. I have no air conditioning until next Friday. I'll tell you, I'm going to be out of town for a little bit. But yeah, my mother and my children will have no air conditioning. it's it's quite uncomfortable, and we don't have the temperatures that you have down in Arizona. But if you see me like sweating and glowing extra, that's because there is zero air conditioning where I'm at. Andrea, good morning. Andrea's look forward to live chat. Hope everyone's having a good morning. I'm having a fantastic morning. I slept in probably a little bit too late, but we made it, and I got all the things loaded for you. Teresa, hi, my friend. Teresa says, welcome back to live chat. I hope everyone's doing well. Don't forget to like and share. It really does help Jen out. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa is one of our fabulous moderators. And like always, thank you to the moderators that were able to make it today, Teresa and Flory, Audra and Steph. Thank you so much if you were able to make it. I appreciate you helping keep this a nice, happy, safe place. This is a debatable topic, so I can see this one heating up a little bit. So if it does happen to heat up a little bit, please listen to the moderators, whether you understand what they're saying or why they're telling you to do something or not. Please just listen to them. It's not personal. They're just trying to keep the peace. Okay. They're really good people. I promise. Dolphins Girl, good morning from Miami. All y'all in hot places. Oh, noes. I hope you have good air conditioning too. My friend Amanda, who I saw, where to see yesterday. I saw Amanda yesterday at the market. So good to see you, Amanda. Glad to see your new little teeny tiny little baby. So cute. Sleeping a little bit with little eyes going barely opening. Good to see you, Amanda. Thank you for being here. And thank you for becoming a YouTube member. You are the best. I appreciate you. Thank you, Fred. Ginger, good morning. Good morning, Pink Expression. Making sure not to miss out today. Well, I am so happy you're here, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say on this topic. Just a couple more. We'll say good morning to Miss Lavender and good morning to Tracy. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so, man, dude. Okay, so this is let's just go. Let's start with the brand's perspective. Now, I did reach out to the brand on Instagram. I put my whole Instagram what I DM'd to her. I don't know. Socially, sometimes I don't know if it was the best wording to use. I don't know, but I haven't heard anything. But for the record, they have not posted anything. I'm going to use the pronoun she because that just is what keeps coming out of my mouth. But this person could be of any gender. I should probably use they, them pronouns because I really don't know. I know I used she, her pronouns in WhatsApp and Makeup, and I thought about it later. I don't know this person's gender, but I'm going to try my best to use they, them pronouns. So I DM'd them on Friday at 1:30 p.m. And I asked them, I basically introduced myself and I said that I'm going to be talking about it. If there's anything you want me to say about this situation, please tell me. I want to share it. Anything you want people to know about your brand, anything you want people to know about future launches, about what you're doing, about, about these products and how they're going to be sold. And I did ask about the minimum order quantity thing, which we'll talk about in a second. I did ask them that, but I have not heard back. But to be fair, they have not posted on Instagram since Friday. So they may just not be on the platform. They doesn't look like they have read receipts on, but it is what it is. I am not holding that against the brand that I have not heard back from them. But yeah, I did want to give them the opportunity to respond. So this is where they're coming from. They were told by a bunch of people that they were not allowed to do this because it's all copyrighted. But this is their justification. Apparently, I do not use Canva, but it looks like this might be Canva that they use to design it. And these may be free images on Canva. So check this out. This is them designing the palette. I think this is Canva, but I've honestly never used it. So you can kind of see them taking the pieces off just to kind of show you how they, I guess they're undoing what they had done. We're about halfway through it. Okay, and they're showing where they got the images from. But I mean, I don't know legally. I just don't know. There it is. It's over. I just don't know legally how that works. But when it comes down to, is I want to talk about not necessarily the consequences for them, but morally for us as consumers. So these are the products. That's what they look like. That's the whole collection. That is their PR box is here. Because not only did they relaunch the palette for a short period of time, they currently have these available on their website. There is, they said that there were 10 left as of Friday. If you go to their website now, let me see, I had it open. Let me go to their website now and see if they're still available. It's astralradiancecosmetics.com/shop. And if I click on the PR box, they are still available, $79.99 for the PR box. But one thing I didn't realize when I filmed What's Up in Makeup was that they do have some of the other products available as individuals. So they have listed their Alien palette, which I believe also just launched. The Thing highlighter is $9.99. Stained Glass blush, $9.99. The Nevermore, it says Broze, but I'm assuming BROZE, but I think they meant to do bronze and highlight is $13.99. Then they have they have a 3-pack of liquid lipsticks for $30 and a 3-pack of lip glosses for $30. They also have listed on here, which is very interesting, where it says custom order, $1,250. And when you click on that, it just says back ordered. I don't know what that means, but it's very odd. It's just weird. But that's how, I mean, they can do whatever they want as far as that stuff. So this is the Alien palette. That's the outside. I forgot to take a screenshot of the inside, but that's the outside of it. And then here are the swatches. It looks like they've got a couple of glitter shades in there. And I did notice on the front of the palette, it doesn't say eyeshadow palette. So they're covering themselves there because these chunky glitters, I'm assuming, are not safe, FDA approved for the eye area. So they're covering themselves with not calling it an eyeshadow palette. They did spell palette wrong, which I know people were getting on them about, but it's like that's the least of the problems here is misspellings. And as someone who misspells things often, I don't pick on people's spelling like that unless it's somebody that I like know very closely, like my husband. Like we'll pick on each other's spelling, but I don't typically pick on people's spelling. These were the swatches that they had put up that they called swatches, but this to me is not swatches, even though it may be on skin, but then it may be on skin and then just cropped really tight. But if you look at the actual swatches, it doesn't necessarily match too much. I do think that the dusty pink at the top is really pretty. I think that the pink in the middle is really pretty. And I think that shimmer, that purple shimmer is really pretty. And you can tell these are just one dip, one swipe. These are not built up. So I appreciate the honesty there. I think that's great that they're being honest about what they look like. And you can see the little play button. This is a video, but I didn't capture the video. So yeah, so that's kind of the story from their perspective, in that they just seem to have taken these pictures, these it's like clip art almost. So is this going to extend to the program that they use to design the palette? If they didn't draw these and they just put it on something and then are profiting off of it. All right, I need to go over to the community. Deborah says, should not buy, just like I didn't go to some movies whose directors I objected to. No profit from those stepping over the line. Upstate New York rain. Okay, so are you talking about the writer's strike? Because I'm getting a little lost in there. I didn't go to some movies whose directors I object. Yeah, like, okay. Because yeah. How about like the Weinsteins or something? Like you wouldn't go to a Weinstein directed movie, something like that. No profit from those stepping over the line makes me think of the strike. Penny's Red Truck says you can be inspired without copying. Yikes. Yeah, and I think that if they had named it something else related to the show rather than Wednesday, like I think that, I don't know, I think they could have danced the line a little bit. I feel like it could have, like it's real blatant. Like they could have danced the line. Like I showed in What's Up in Makeup. Where do they go? These guys right here. I mean, but these are pretty blatant too. I mean, look at this. This company's not in business anymore. This is Geek Chic Cosmetics, and this is the Hunger Games series, but they didn't call it Hunger Games on their website. They called it something else. And this is called Rue's Lullaby, named after the character Rue. And oh my God, every time I think about that character, I just breaks my soul. But they had a ton of these. They had a supernatural collection. They had after a lot of different things, all kinds of things. This is from the collection that was inspired by Lord of the Rings. This is called One Ring. And they were really nice shadows, I have to say. But I purchased these. You know, so it's like I'm stuck. I'm stuck. A lot of people talking about how hot it is where they are. Oh, cold summer in Sweden. A little jealous right now. A little jealous. Yeah, Matt Bond says you're pretty crazy to rip off a franchise like Addams Family and Tim Burton. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a big fish to try to rip off. But I want to make sure I'm clear on this, is that there is licensed cosmetics. So like, for example, I have this sitting here. This was that Rock and Roll Beauty that doesn't exist anymore, but this is the Def Leppard palette, which this does not say Def Leppard to me. This says, Gen Z trying to redo Def Leppard. This is the logo. Yeah. But the big leopard, I don't know. But anyway, this was licensed with Def Leppard. This right here, this is from Catrice. This is their Disney Villains. This is licensed. This here from Sigma. This is the Alice in Wonderland palette. This was licensed in collaboration with Disney. So there are, projects. Oh, and then I see this. This is Hocus Pocus 2 from ColourPop. This is their highlighter. I believe all of the only thing I purchased out of the things there was the Def Leppard palette. Everything else I'm showing you is PR, just for full disclosure. But this is the Find the Book Hocus Pocus highlighter that was from ColourPop from last Halloween. And this is licensed officially. So you can get things licensed, but the chance of an indie brand being able to, number one, afford that license, and number two, have the connections to be able to even hook that up is pretty much zero. And if you want, they're just trying to get attention on their brand new brand. And I get it. But you can do like inspiration without it being so blatant, Yeah, Patricia says, it is a wonder how this palette even came out of production. Did nobody question it? I have a feeling that this was probably manufactured outside of the United States. I have a feeling this was probably manufactured in China, which can be an absolutely fine thing as far as the quality of the product coming out of China. But unlicensed stuff out of China, they don't care, I don't think. My lipstick is a little patchy again this week. I get ready way too fast for chat. Danny says this is interesting. Consumers are not responsible, but if you buy it, the only risk is if they have a lawsuit and tell people to destroy the palette. By the way, good morning. Good morning, Danny. That is interesting because I do think I think supporting it is probably bad, but it's like justifying it. It's like, but if I really like it, we justify all kinds of things that are in moral gray areas. We justify all kinds of stuff. And it's like, what if you really like it? Is it our responsibility as consumers to worry about that and not support the brand because they are blatantly ripping off other people's hard work? And does it change depending on who they're ripping off? I mean, are we justifying it by saying that these people are already rich? Are we justifying it that way? That makes me feel a little cruddy. That makes me feel real cruddy. I'm not buying the Wednesday palette. Just so you know, I'm not buying it. But I've purchased things like this in the past. So I'm being honest about that. Like a lot of these t-shirts that I get off TeePublic, I have one for Say Anything that's got John Cusack, like this. You think John saw a penny of the money from that shirt? No, he did not. Did the production company or the writers or anybody make any money off of that shirt of John standing there with the boombox over his head? No, they did not. Did I buy it? Yes, I did. Should I have bought it? Probably not. Will I continue to wear it? I already bought it, so probably. Will I buy them in the future? I don't know. Because it's like when your morals are challenged, then I feel like conflicted. And it's like I probably shouldn't. Because it is kind of icky, Maria, what does the Wednesday palette look like, the colors? We showed them earlier, but let me show them again just to show you. That's the inside. And you can see it, it's named after characters and, different things that they said in the show. There's the actual swatches on an arm, in case you're just joining us. Yeah, Michelle says it just feels icky to me. I try my hardest not to buy a non-licensed thing, no matter what the IP. Yeah, yeah. But when they came out with a Falcor eyeshadow at Geek Chic Cosmetics, and it was the perfect shade of pink, I purchased it. I shouldn't do that. It's not good. It's not good. I do think that it is the responsibility of the company to go after it, but if nobody buys it because they're doing something that's ripping off someone else's work, it's probably not good. I mean, I've talked about multiple times how immoral is. Like we talked about, even with like Jaclyn Hill and Cozy, right? I guess that's a little bit different because it's the name specifically and starting a new brand. That's not really relevant. I'm trying to think of one that we've talked about before where it was like a ripoff. Oh, do you remember back a long time ago, Amanda Ensing came out with merch that it was like a white sweatshirt and it had swatches on the arm and it said Swatch Queen on it. Had these swatches on the arm of the sweatshirt. And it was a blatant ripoff of someone else who had made that sweatshirt. And they had like designed it and made it. And I was all up in arms about, no pun intended, I was all up in arms about it. I bought the sweatshirt from the original designer. I mean, how hypocritical, right? If I could be all up in arms over Amanda Ensing, who she's not somebody that I enjoy at all, but this is, many, many years ago, but still no. But if I went in so hard on Amanda, but then I was at the same time buying things like this, that's really hypocritical, right? I mean, it is. I'll call myself out. It is, right? Mary says, yeah, no, copyright infringement, can't use the most significant part of the work. Yeah. Lestat KR, yeah, you can create stuff from an app like that, but then you can't sell it. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Francesca, good afternoon, all. Netflix is a big enough platform with enough lawyers to fight it. People who are fans of the show are still going to support it, whether it's officially licensed or not. True. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda says that is Canvas, and I don't think you're allowed to make commercial products using that app. Gotcha. Thank you so much. I think you all are all right. I do. Nightshade, when she's that unprofessional when it comes to obvious copyright infringement, I think she probably doesn't care that much about other parts either, just such as ingredients. Ooh, that's an interesting point. That if you're letting that go, what other things are you letting go? It's a good point. It's a good point. Maybe you won't care about ingredients. Maybe you won't care about your lab having dogs walking around it. I don't know. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it. Elizabeth, consumers can call stuff out if they know it's not licensed properly, but the job of making someone stop is absolutely the copyright owners. I love that perspective, Elizabeth. I'm so happy you're here. I think that that's true, but it's like, do we have a moral obligation not to buy it? Yeah, Matt says, doesn't matter where they got the images from. They're obviously marketing off the show. Mary, the thing hand is a problem because it's associated with the Addams family, which is owned by the T and Charles Addams Foundation. Okay, I don't know anything about any of that. Yeah, I would imagine all of it is because the show was directly from the original show. So I would imagine all of it is owned by that foundation. If the thing hand is, I would imagine all of it is. Yeah, Kirsten says that's a shame, though, because I would totally buy it if there were no issues. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, is I have seen indie brands take off without doing things like this. So, like, for example, let's take Glamlite, for example. Glamlite did not start off with licensed collaborations. They do a lot of them now. Did you see, by the way, that they are doing a Scream collaboration with Ghostface, the Scream face mask thing? They just announced that yesterday, which I think is super cool. But before that, they did Hershey's, all that, but they didn't start off that way. They started off with the taco palette and the pizza palette. I think the pizza palette was the first one, and the burger palette, where it was just all food. Like I still have, oh, where is it? I have the burger palette. I never got the pizza palette. I never got the taco palette. I have the burger. It's usually sitting right there. Where happened to my burger palette? Oh, here it is. So this is how Glamlite started off being different. It's squishy. It's a squishy palette. Like, it's so cool. You know, this one had issues though, because the shadows, the oils from the shadows leaked into the paper. So imagine I know it's disgusting looking, right? It's from the oil from the shadows leaking in to the cardboard. Because I guess maybe the pans weren't holding it. I don't know what happened, but isn't it adorable? I don't use this anymore because it freaks me out, but I keep it to show you for reasons like this. You can start an indie brand and do something different and make a big splash with it like this. But it is hard. It is hard, especially in the indie market. There are so many really good brands right now. So many really good brands. I'm going to scroll all the way down because I am way behind. I'm like 10 minutes behind in comments. And it is almost time to take a little break because I'm excited to tell you what is on my face today. Interesting. AYS says, I've been told that Jaclyn is in the process of buying her brand from former brands, which explains why she did the contaminated lipstick video to get back on the news. It's definitely possible. I mean, this is totally off topic, but the legal paper, not legal papers, what was it? Where did I read it? I'm forgetting my own reporting, but in What's Up in Makeup, there is a title that talks about how Jaclyn Cosmetics is not a priority. I think that it was an interview with the people from Forma Brands, I'm pretty sure. And they said that their priorities are going to be Morphe, Morphe 2, and Born Dreamer perfumes by one of the D'Amelios. And they said, it's not like we're not going to work with our other brands, but those are going to be our priorities. It looks like Playa is completely out. We had a story about that today. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she was going to buy it out. I think that would be really smart of Jaclyn to buy Jaclyn Cosmetics. I think that would be very, very smart because I don't think they're going anywhere with the new owners of Forma. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think that it's going to die out. And she probably got her contract cut significantly as far as how much she was making. That's a guess based on the disputes that she was putting in. It is a complete guess that they rejected her contract. We know that for a fact. They rejected her contract that she had with the former Forma people. And I would imagine that they made it so she would make less money off of it. That's the guess off of the fact. Oh, yes, Jay. Or like when James Charles copied Teddy Freshmarsh and had all of his influencer friends wearing his and had his fans fighting for him online. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, Elizabeth, I do think it's a morally an individual decision. And I think that's important to recognize when people should have the right to have their own autonomy. It's important. It's important to be able to make your own decisions. But I'm so curious to know what y'all think about it. Yeah, Penny's Red Truck, they could have had fun with it, avoided copyright and enamored Wednesday fans. It's a wasted opportunity. Yeah, they just would have had to get more creative rather than taking pictures off Canva. Like Amanda was saying, it's Canva. They just took the pictures off and then profited off of it. That there were ways they could have done art that was a tribute to it without being a blatant taking of the images from the show, Yeah, Taryn says they're looking to sell this around the world where they can't be touched. Maybe. If they do ship to the U.S., they're asking to be sued well past their profits. I mean, I would imagine it would just end up being a cease and desist, and that would be it. Because I don't think the profits are going to be high enough. I mean, they said in their Instagram post that they had 20 PR boxes total. 20 PR boxes total. And that was the other thing that I wanted to mention is just that when you order from a lab, at least from my very, very, very limited experience, you have to order a minimum order quantity or an MOQ. And When I was looking, the lowest MOQ from any lab I talked to was 500. So to have a 20, there's something weird going on there. There's something we don't know. I don't know what it is. It could be nothing nefarious. It could be that they're just sitting on the extra pallets. Who knows? I don't know. Not physically, literally sitting on them, but that would be uncomfortable. But yeah, they may just have a bunch left over or whatever. I mean, but it does look like they're not selling the pallet by itself. But if you're selling the PR box with the pallet in it, why don't you just sell the pallet? Like, if you're going to go that far, you might as well sell the pallet unless they ran out of them, or maybe they're going to re-release them at Halloween. That would be smart. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, the smartest thing for them to do would probably be to just take it down and then re-release it in September. You know? So, Naomi, for me being a fan, I want my merch to be legit, and I also want my money to support the creators. Yeah. Ms. Noodle says not everyone will know it's fake. That's true too. That's true too. Very true. All right, let's take a quick break and let us talk about what's on my face really quickly. So let me look and see if this is available at this point. Let me see if it's back in stock. I just want to make sure. Oh, come on. Come on. It's loading. Oh, no. That is not what I was trying to load. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, I'll just show you. The Sydney Grace Blessed palette with Glitzy Fritzy is what is on my eyes today, and I was looking to see if they put it back in stock. It doesn't look like it, which is such a bummer that it was such a limited run of it, because it is a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. This was sent to me in PR by Sydney Grace. I do get Sydney Grace PR. This is, I would dare to say, my favorite indie brand, one of my favorite indie brands, my favorite indie brand. They create the best eyeshadow formula. There's some really good eyeshadow formulas from indie brands, but honestly, I love Sydney Grace. I do. I love it so much. So I used today Fritziness. That's the green. I also used Be a Blessing, which is the color on the inner corner. In my crease, I used PITA, and I used a little bit, maybe. I think, pretty sure. Lower lash line, I used Shy Guy. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so the rest of it, if you are not a channel member, we did a little channel member live stream. I opened up Charlotte Tilbury mystery box, and I wanted to give people that were there an update and let you know a couple things that I got in the Charlotte Tilbury mystery box. So I got this eyeliner. It's what I'm wearing today. It is super fab. This is the Feline Flick eyeliner, and really loved using this today. This is what the tip looks like. It is a marker tip, but very black, very easy to use. This is the first time I've used it. So, oh, Angie says it is available. Cool. Nice. Let me go over and just see it with my own eyes. I trust Angie, but I just want to see. There it is. I see it. Blessed by Glitzy Fritzy. It is available. Okay, light and deep. Both available. Yay, it's $52. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It is still available. It's freaking fabulous. She did a wonderful job with this. I also used today, this eyeliner has been good. I also used today the Full Fat Lashes. This, I don't know if it's dried out. This was horrible. I don't know if it's dried out because it's old and they're just trying to get rid of it in the mystery box. But the wand was promising for volume, because these kinds of fatty wands are good for volume. But I had to put on another mascara because literally, like, it just colored my lashes a tiny bit. There was no length, zero volume, zero, nothing. So I had to use my Essence Lash Like a Boss, which was sent in PR. This was purchased. This was sent in PR. But I had to use my Lash Like a Boss because I needed to have some kind of lashes. And this was horrible. Shock. Absolute shock. Rest is PR. Cheeks. Still playing with this from my FabFitFun video. This is the Youthforia color changing BYO blush. Really loving this, but I'm starting to feel like the lasting power may not be fabulous. But I'm curious to see how the lasting power will improve in the wintertime when I'm not sweating so much, because I think the sweat is a factor in the lasting power on this. But so far, really loving it. Phoenix had a couple of their friends over and we were playing with it on them. They have deeper skin tones. So I was playing with it and putting it on them and they were freaking out because it looked really pretty on them. They have like a real rich chocolate brown skin tone. And it looked absolutely beautiful on them. And then I also used the Physicians Formula, the friend, not my kid, the friend, Physicians Formula Brazilian Brow Lift Brow Gel. Okay, so this was PR as well. I've been using this. I've used this maybe 3 or 4 times. Holds the brows beautifully, but it is crunchy in the brows and it is a little difficult to remove. I can feel like I wash off my makeup and I can still feel crunchies on my brows. So I have to go in a second time to remove it. A little difficult, but not horrible. It's not a deal breaker, but definitely not my favorite brow gel so far. It's fine. It works fine. Actually, I'll show you the wand since we're doing this. It's a really nice plastic wand that goes into the brows really nicely. So that was sent in PR. I don't get a ton of Physicians Formula PR, but when I do, I don't typically like it. This is actually one of my favorite things that I've gotten from them because it actually works. I feel like a lot of the Physicians Formula stuff just doesn't work very well. So that is what's on my face today. On my lips today, I did use the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick that I got in my box that we opened with members last night, but it was too light. I didn't like the way that it looked. It was too light. So I topped it with a little bit of one of the shades from the Blessed palette and I didn't blend it very well. I think I used, Family, this one down here. I didn't blend it very well. So I'm actually going to use, put like some kind of lip gloss on over top of it. Here, I'm just going to put this Hindash, which I believe was also PR. Oh, no, it's not glossy enough. Put something over top of it because I feel like it needs to be mooshed. Here we go. Use this Too Faced one. This is also PR. This is their new Lip Injection Extreme with their Cosmic Crush collection. I don't mind these. The lip liners were too spicy for me. I couldn't handle it. I don't mind the Lip Injection Extreme. They're a little tingly for about, 15 minutes or so. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating so much. I'm dying. Okay, so that was a 6-minute what's on my face, which is way too long. I see you, Kelsey. I see you. Hi. I see you. Sometimes I just want to warn you too with the moderators, every once in a while they accidentally click buttons. There was one person that was really upset because one of the moderators accidentally clicked a button and it was total accident and they were really upset over it. And I even told them it was an accident and they were still upset about it. So it happens sometimes. So yeah, just so you know. Yeah. All right. Oh, Zeph says, I love how honest you are with products. Do you have a P.O. box? I can send you some products for my brand. I do not have a P.O. box. Email me at jenlovesreviews@gmail.com and we'll chat. I cut off the public access to my mailing address because I was getting a bunch of things and I felt like it was a waste of the company's money and time because I didn't have time to, because I don't have time to give the attention and love that I do. And if you have a smaller brand, I want to make sure that you get your return on investment sending it to me. So I'll be 100% honest with you of whether I feel like I can, in a timely manner, mention it on the channel or possibly mention it on the channel. Because I don't want you to waste your money and your time. So we'll chat. Just shoot me an email. And if I said that too fast, it's over on my about page of my YouTube channel. But I'm very selective of the PR that I get because I still get too much. Phoenix freaks out all the time because I still get way too much. Because I only have one face. I can only review so much. So I'd rather brands, I don't want people just sending me stuff and then it just sits and it's a waste. But anyway, all right. So, okay, gotcha. So as far as the Blessed palette by Glitzy Fritzy, Cynthia says, it looks like the Sydney Grace said the deep is available, but the light is on pre-order. Okay, great. Fantastic. Interesting. So Jess says, I'll grab the Cosmic Crush next spring at the cosmetics company outlet. I pay $54 for the Better Than Chocolate, only for it to be 75% off its CCO less than a year later. Okay, so we don't have to talk about the copyright thing anymore if y'all don't want to. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. So for a second, let's talk about this Cosmic Crush palette that Too Faced sent me. I reviewed this very quickly in What's Been Makeup today. I am not enjoying this, but I've only used it one time. Once I worked it, the look I think came out really pretty. But it was work. It was work. It does not feel, I would say the shadows that I used to create that look did not feel of high quality. This one was the most disappointing because I love the shade. This is similar to the Falcor shade I mentioned earlier that I loved from Geek Chic. There are a couple in here that I'm enjoying. This guy up here, and I swatched this one. It has a black base in that green, so I'd be curious. I haven't used it on the eyes yet. If you blend it, if the green will go away and all you'll have left is gray. That was a problem that Smashbox had quite a long time ago. But really the pigmentation it's kind of not a good palette so far. Which I'm really sad about because I want Too Faced to continue. I want them to still exist, but really, it does not seem to be of high quality, unfortunately. I do thank Too Faced for sending this over and allowing me to try it, but I'm not enjoying it. If I was going to recommend something from that collection, definitely the highlighter. Really enjoying this. This is the Moon Crush highlighter in Shooting Star. I did give the other one, the deeper one, to Phoenix's friend. I was like, here, this is brand new. It just came out this week. Here you go. And they were like, they like freaked out. They were so excited and it made me so happy. I was like, here, because they said they wanted highlighter. Actually, I should use she, her pronouns. She uses she, her pronouns. I was like, and it just made me so happy to see her face. And I handed it to her because it's too deep for me. It's too deep for Phoenix. Wasn't going to be good. But this one has been really nice so far. I think I saw Jen is here. Hi, Jen. Jen was watching What's Up in Makeup. We mentioned Jen Gerard's sale. So just so you know, Gerard Cosmetics, Jen is a friend of mine, full disclosure. Gerard Cosmetics is having a 51% off sale right now for, is it called Black Friday in July? I think is what it's called, including Hair AF, which is the hair growth tinctures that I used. So definitely go check that out if you like try Gerard Cosmetics. The light up lip glosses, and really, really love the Clean Canvas eye primer. Their powders are really nice. So definitely go check out Gerard Cosmetics and their 51% off sale. Doesn't happen that often. So if you were thinking about doing that, this is the time to do it. Yeah, Mon says, usually the Too Faced eyeshadows in the chocolate bar packaging are very nicely pigmented. Yeah, this is different. Am I missing something? Is this the first eyeshadow palette they've released like this? It is like a box. Do you see like there's like a ridge there. It's a box. And I found it a little odd because when you're dipping into the palette, the brush kind of hits on the side, which is just a different experience. It's not a deal breaker. It's just a different experience to have your brush kind of hit on the side of it. So I would imagine like if there's a lot of fallout, it would keep the fallout in the palette, but at the same time, then it's getting into the other pans. So it's just not getting onto your countertop. I don't know. It's weird. Is this the first palette they've released like this, that it's like inside a box? It's very odd. I like the artwork. It feels a little clip arty, doesn't it? A little bit. Like I feel like Lunar Beauty did this theme much, much better, in my opinion. I am not on Lunar Beauty PR. I've met Manny a couple times and we've talked a couple times privately, but we're not friends. Like I don't talk to him. If I needed to talk to Manny, I could probably talk to Manny. So like business linked people, I guess you could call our relationship. I just want to disclose relationships wherever I have one. But I did like the way he handled like space themes way better than that. They should have hired whoever Manny hired to do his design. Yes, the Slay All Day setting spray. I do not use setting sprays. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. I do not use them. So I cannot speak to them, but I've heard good things. That's all I can say because I cannot use setting sprays. None of them. Zero setting sprays. It makes me go, the way it feels, this is the texture. I don't like it. None of them. No setting sprays. Tracy, I was so late. Still talking about the Wednesday palette, icky, but I just don't care that much. If I like it, I'm buying it. That's probably the only way I can afford the products. So sorry, not sorry. Yeah, and I think that's another good point, Tracy, is the price point. So like when we talk about brands that blatantly copy the shade selection that's in a more expensive palette, that's the only way that some people will have access to it. So there's that piece as well. I mean, I do think it's a morally gray area, and you have to just kind of decide what lands right for you. Liz, Jen, this is why I love your channel. Oh, I so appreciate your honest reviews, and you don't BS just to please the brand. Yeah, I mean, like it's been like a theme, because this is the thing, is my loyalty number one will always be to people watching the videos. And if brands don't like that, they don't have to send me anything. But I'm hoping that what they'll get out of it, what the brand will get out of it, is feedback on how to make things better, at least for anybody that agrees with me. So, yeah. Angie says, Jen, I just realized the Pop-Tart palette you talked about last week is a Too Faced palette. Yes, I was thinking about it was an e.l.f. palette. So sad. Oh no. I thought the Pop-Tart palettes from Too Faced were so cute. I thought they were adorable. And the newer images, they have the actual Pop-Tart in the picture. And I think they're so cute. I'm not buying them. Because the thing is like with me buying stuff, it's like, I'm not buying it unless there's a reason for you to see it. And by the time I would even order it and get it, what's the purpose? Like, I'm not buying it just to collect it. That's lame for me. For me personally, I'm not doing that. That's not, but it is cute. If I was a different person in an alternate timeline, I would buy them. But I'm me, so I'm not. It's like things I would buy if this was not my job. I would buy totally different things than what I buy now. Like I was thinking about, I do sponsor videos for FabFitFun. Straight up, do sponsor videos for FabFitFun. They pay me to make those videos. But I so many times I've gone on and thought about purchasing and signing up and purchasing a second box because there's so many things that I like. And I never pull the trigger. I never do it because it's like, Jen, you don't need this stuff. I know you want this stuff, but you do not need this stuff. What are you going to do with it? I know you want it. And that's the only reason why I haven't bought a second FabFitFun box, like bought it on my own versus the one that they send me that I don't pay for. Because it's like, what am I going to do with stuff? I was really close this season. Really, really close, because I would really love to give Phoenix one of these. And this is a $36 blush, and I'm not buying it for them because I'm not giving that to them. That one's mine. They're not taking it. And there were a couple other things that I really wanted. But if I was a different person, I would purchase FabFitFun. I would have an annual subscription if I did not have this as a job and they did not send me one. 100%. 100%. Just kind of scrolling down and seeing. Yeah, there you go, honey. That's a great way to describe Manny. He's a business acquaintance of mine. Yes. That's what we can say. That's what we can say. But there's no way he would ever contact me for any reason, I don't think. I think he's reached out to me maybe once ever. But, you know, it's not that deep. But the thing is, when you're in the space so long, you end up meeting people because you end up running across people. Now that when there weren't a lot of events, it was harder to meet people. But now that events are coming back, I was thinking about going to Sephora in New York in September. I think that would be fun. I'm going to see if I can get some of my friends to go with me. Maybe Linda will go with me from Glitter Fallout. I haven't asked her yet, though. It just popped in my head. I think that would be fun, though, because I've never been to Sephora. I think that'd be cool. I don't think I would do the $300 and some one. I think I'd do the $99 ticket. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth, Robert Welsh just did a great job video on ABH. It covers why people are upset with him lately. I did not watch that yet, but I do want to watch it. I'm done with ABH. I did buy some stuff recently for the cheapest product that's for a video, but I stopped talking about them on What's Up in Makeup when they personally pissed me off, but I'm not buying anything from them anymore. It feels icky. Not doing it. But it's another one of those things where you just have to decide where your line is personally. And everybody has to decide. And if you want to know all of the tea, I'm sure that Robert went over it in detail of why people are mad at ABH. So go watch his video if you want to see all of it. I don't want to go through all of it here. And I'm sure he did a lot more research than I have. I've just kind of heard things and seen things, and they were making me feel cruddy for years. I haven't really liked them. Just the people that work there, or like that I've had contact with, or mm-mm. I've never had contact with like higher ups there, but like people that work there just totally rub me the wrong way that I've been contacted by and contacted. Just ugh. But it goes deeper than that. I'm sure Robert will talk about it. Hi, Sandra. Jen, you don't have to cover yourself by disclosing your relationship with people, but I understand why you do, because there's so much shadiness in the beauty influencer community. I think I do now. According to the FTC, I do now. It's in the new regulations. It's in the brand new ones. If you have any relationship with the person, I think the only reason why, I don't think in this instance, like I think if I'm promoting a product. If I'm promoting a product, I have to. If I'm not promoting a product, I don't have to. The new regulations. Yes. If you have any kind of friendship with anybody or any kind of relationship, financial, well, I guess if we're not friends, I don't have to, because it says friendship or family. I think that's it. So if we're not friends, I don't have to. So it's like friends is such a subjective thing, because there are people that I don't talk to very often, but I know that if I needed them, they would be there for me. So I would consider them a friend. That's just a subjective topic. I'm going to scroll down quite a bit because I am behind again. Updated merch, Jody. Not as of now. I probably should. I made that little this is the thing mug, like just on because I was bored one day and made it. I think it's cute, but like so my old production manager Tabitha made a lot of the merch stuff for me, but she is not in my life. So I need an idea of what merch would be good, and then I would need to have someone make it for me because that is not a strength. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that would be cool. I like merch. I think merch is fun. I just bought a bunch of Samantha March merch. Oh, I was trying to click on this one. Just emailed you. Thank you. Cool. All right. I will check it sometime today. Maybe not directly after chat, but sometime today I will check it out. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it, Jess, the video about the regulations. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I basically just took the FTC website and just read off of it, but put it paraphrased a little bit and put it in order and organized it in a way that I thought would be helpful. So I didn't have to really research a whole lot. I just had to pull out the pieces that I thought were relevant and then just repeat them to you. But if you want to read their document in full, there's a link underneath that video. Yeah, Mary, this is a great question. Is there any beauty brands that we go nuts for anymore? I love Sydney Grace. I do. I love Sydney Grace. I really need to reach out to them and be like, hey, you want to collab with me? I should. I haven't done it. I'm so scared. I haven't done it. I should. I have a couple of ideas. One of them was kind of ripping off of 90s pop culture. So I don't know. We'd have to handle that pretty delicately. But yeah, based on the topic. That was one of my ideas was like, I had like a 90s kind of situation. But now I heard 90s are going out and the early 2000s are coming into trend. Because you know how that goes with the decades. I thought that they would at least wait until the end of the 2020s before they brought back the 2000s. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Teresa just texted me. I got notification on my watch. Thank you, Teresa. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's more just like you said with the design. Okay. All right, cool. All right. We'll chat, Teresa. Teresa texting me. Yes, Mercedes, you know what I did though today? I was not compliant today on What's Up in Makeup because I didn't say before the product report that the affiliate links down below I could make money off the affiliate links down below, but I put a big thing above it. Like, I'm so sorry, I forgot to say it in the actual video. I will try to remember next time. It's just like, you get in like autopilot, and I just forgot to say the links. I need to just put it in the script. That's what I need to do, is like in my like default script. I need to just put it in there, the statement that I'm going to say, so that I don't forget. So I was not compliant on What's Up in Makeup today, which made me really sad. But I'll call myself out. When I make a mistake, I will call myself out because I want to do it right. I do. So I am a mug person, Absinthe, I am a mug person too, but it has to be a bigger mug. Like the standard size mugs are too small. I don't want an 8-ounce coffee. I want a 12-ounce coffee. Thank you. Or a 10-ounce coffee. I don't want 8 ounces. 8 ounces isn't enough. So I usually I'll buy 10-ounce, the 8-ounce mugs, like the little ones. I guess they're 8 ounces, 10 ounces, 10 ounces, I think, but they only fit like 8 ounces. But I like the bigger ones. And usually a lot of the times the places that do merch stuff don't do the bigger mugs. And magnetic palettes, that would be cool. That'd be fun. That's a great idea to do a magnetic palette with like a What's Up in Makeup design on it or something. That'd be cool. Hello, my friend merch. That'd be fun. Or stickers. I always wanted to do like tote bags that says I don't buy crap on it. So you can take it to or the collective brain helps me not to buy crap. Something like that on like a tote bag. I think that would be fun. Yeah, exactly, Elizabeth. I think it's good that consumers are aware of the FTC regulations, so they know which reviewers to trust. Yeah, I think some people just don't know. Like some reviewers and social media people just don't know, which is fair. But I think that it's something that we should probably seek out to know what the rules are for the job that we're doing when we're self-employed, because this is like a self-employment independent contractor kind of situation. So you kind of have to police yourself and make sure you're doing all of the things, which takes time and energy. And some people just don't have that. I could do Mad Marshmallows merch. I could. I get so many compliments on that logo. I freaking love my logo. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's like a Mad Hatter, almost anime style Mad Hatter, and it's so cute. She's adorable. I need to name her. She's so cute. It's fun because I get a lot of people that like anime coming over to the booth because they like the logo. I love it so much. It's exactly what I wanted. I didn't have anime in my head when I first did it. Like I just wanted like a female presenting Mad Hatter. And that was what came out of it. And I really love it. It makes me so happy. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sandra says, understood. I only thought it because you always declare your relationship with Jen Gerard. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And like I'd rather over declare than under declare, but thank you for because it does probably get annoying for like people like Sandra who are here every week and hear me say the same thing over and over again. It's probably annoying. I'm so sorry, Sandra. If it's annoying that I'm always disclosing it and you have to hear it over and over and over again, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just trying to be safe, but yeah. Yeah, I would imagine it gets annoying for a lot of you hearing me say the same thing over and over. I'm sorry. I did do Collective Brain merch before that Tab had made for me, and it was cute. But she still has all of it. Everything went with our friendship, went away. She gave me a couple things before we stopped being friends. Yeah. Jody says, an influencer who's following the rules? Calm down, Jen. You're setting the bar too high. Yeah, I would love to collab with Sydney Grace. I would love that. But I'm a chicken. I'm such a chicken. When I stop talking about it and I don't mention how big of a chicken I am, that's when y'all need to watch out. But see, this is the thing. This is a conflicted thing. I'll bring this up as our last point. So like, let's say I get a collab with Sydney Grace, right? But I don't want you to know because it's a secret. It's a surprise. And I want to surprise you. And we start, let's say, 6 months ahead. If I talk about Sydney Grace, I now have an employment relationship with that brand because I'm going to make a commission off of this palette that's in the future, right? So if I mention Mary's palette, how do I disclose that without telling you that I have a future collab? Or do I have to tell you that I have a future collab with them? That's a thing for me too. Like, I can tell you I got this in PR and that I love Sydney Grace, but I'm not going to want to tell you that I have a collab coming. Even though technically I probably should disclose that, right? But I don't want to do that because it's supposed to be a surprise. And if it were 6 months out, I don't want you to know that yet, right? So that's something to think about too, is that maybe if I did get a collab, that I probably shouldn't talk about the brand at all. But then people are going to be like, you don't even talk about that brand. Why would you even do a collab with them when you never talk about them? But the reason would be because I don't want to spill the beans, and I kind of have to spill the beans, right? There's so many complicated things in this industry. So many complicated things. Jay says I wouldn't have to. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think you have to disclose future things because anything could happen. That's true. Elizabeth says, I think you could be specific to the one item. Yeah, it is tricky. I agree. Paul says, tell us about Marlena's new brand now. No, I will not. That is not my story to tell. Absolutely not. But I'm very excited for Marlena. I'm excited for Marlena's next chapter. I think that Marlena's next chapter is going to be amazing. I mean, it's already started. She's already started her next chapter, but the things that Marlena has on deck for people, y'all are going to be blown away. Y'all are going to be so excited. Mercedes, my mom always tells me the worst someone can do is tell you no. That's true. That's very true. Oh, stop. I really am not. I swear I'm not. Like, I'm like sea level. Oh, thank you, Joe. You are so sweet. Oh, Jacqueline, most influencers don't say it enough. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And we're out of time again. For reals? Why does this always keep happening to us? Why does time keep passing? Why? I just noticed that I did not tell you, in case you couldn't read this, this says Live, Laugh, Love. In case you've never seen this shirt before, I got it off of TeePublic. I purchased it. And I really love this shirt because it goes with the whole like Wednesday theme. I felt like it was a little like edgy. It's not really Wednesday themed, but I felt like it was a little edgy. I made my lipstick a little darker. I made my eyeshadows a little more green. You know what I mean? I was trying to be a little edgy today with my Live, Laugh, Love shirt. I love this so much. All right, I got to go. Thank you for being here. Okay, let me tell you the deal because we need to talk a little bit about future stuff going on. So John and I are going to celebrate our anniversary for a few days in Tulum. We are leaving on Monday. My mom is going to hang out with the children and the doggos and the cat while we're gone. So we are leaving Monday through Thursday. So I will be back on Friday. That means if I bust my butt, I can get a What's Up and Makeup up to you on Sunday. The plan is to 100% have live chat on Sunday for next week. Absolutely. It would be at 10 a.m. Okay. So that's what's happening for next week. Definitely live chat. 85, 90% sure there'll be a What's Up and Makeup. The following week, we are going to celebrate my son's 12th birthday at a local beach. So that week, there will be no Friday video. Oh, and no Friday video this coming week because there's no way I can do it. And I'm not good enough to pre-film. I can't do that. So the following week, no Friday video, no What's Up and Makeup, but we will probably still have live chat. And that one would be, I believe, the same at 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. the next 2 Sundays. The following Sunday, which is August 6th, that's going to be a 5 p.m. chat. So just so you know, that is what is happening with the schedule because I know some people really want to make sure that they know what's going on. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Flory. You're amazing. I appreciate you. You're the best. I appreciate you being here. And have a wonderful week. I will see you next Sunday for What's Up and Makeup. No Friday video this coming week. Have a great week. See you soon. I love. Bye.